Oh, so what's your nationality?
Yeah. What's my nationality? Christian.
Well, Christian would be a religion. Like what would your father go back to? Would your father be a so-called black man?
Muslim.
That's another religion. We were just talking about that with the brother. That's another curse on our people, is to have to bow down to these other religions. Say in St. Louis, man, you gotta pray for us, man. There's a lot of demons going on in these last days, man. Right. Give me the book of 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2, and give me Romans 13 and 11. Give me that Romans first. 1 Kings. Oh, so cut these demons up with the classics, man.
Book of Romans chapter 13 and verse number 11. And that knowing the time.
That what?
And that knowing the time.
And knowing the time, man. I like everybody walking around, they got the Apple Watches on, man.
Right.
Jake Love walking around with the what the hell they call them other new watches, man? I don't even be remembering all these hip ass terms.
Damn,
Paddocks.
Padded Philippe's.
Yeah, the Glock, the G-Shocks, man.
The Rollies.
The APs, Rollies. Hey, man.
The Moissanite Rollies.
Hey, it's a Gucci Man song. He used to say 15 minutes past the diamonds. Hey, that's off, man. The Lord ain't looking at the clock, just sitting there talking about, hey, it's about 6:45. Hey, man, the Lord ain't worried about that. It's high time for people to wake up out of sleep. What's going on, family? Y'all got 2 minutes for the word of the Lord? Sister. Hey, what about you?
Wow.
What nation are you?
Hey. Yo.
What you worship?
Elon.
You worship that elephant, don't you?
Ganesh.
Hey, damn, worshiping giraffes.
He did like
bring that out.
He like that dude from like
Man Bear Pigs.
See that? No, he looked like a boy from Harold and Kumar.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
That is what?
Now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now people gotta wake up out of sleep.
Right.
They walking around like the zombies on damn Black Ops, man.
Walking Dead.
Like Walking Dead. Just walking around. They just making noises. Yes, people, they got 2 minutes for the word, man. They jammed up. Can't even get a complete sentence
Dude,
out.
Twitch yesterday.
Hey, dude start glitching out. I ain't know what to say, man. Hey, man. Bring that.
Finish it up.
Yeah.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, and verse number 2. And it reads, thus, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man.
And do what?
And show thyself a man.
Hey, our people gotta show themselves, man.
Yes,
right.
sir.
And that don't mean walk around with your damn cheeks out, man.
Right.
Double cheek.
Don't nobody care that you wearing damn Echo boxers, man. That's man. You know, grown man trying to see your underwear like this is a damn wrestling match, man.
Right.
That buddy was trying to listen.
Jake be walking up acting like damn Mike Tyson grabbing the crotch in front of grown men. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, we in a rush.
2 minutes for the word. Get 2 scriptures.
Y'all ain't moving fast for a rush.
Man, I ain't rushing to go nowhere.
What about faith? What you got about faith?
You gotta come get it, brother.
What about faith?
Come here.
Come on.
You gotta come.
What you got about faith?
Come on, I can't talk that loud, brother. You gotta come over here.
We got you, brother. You walking away.
Hey, give me
Faith with works is dead.
I was just about to say that. Give me James 2, man.
Right.
Faith without works is dead. Give me that.
Even though the brother walk off, we gonna say it, man. Like the brother like to bring out that Ezekiel 37:9, man. We gonna prophesy to the wind.
Right.
Maybe somebody else might need to hear these.
Right.
What's your nationality?
Us?
Bring that out.
This the book.
German.
So like, James chapter 2 and verse. Let me start at verse number 17.
17, God.
It's the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 17. Even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead.
Is what?
Is dead.
Is what?
Is dead.
What are people?
Is dead.
Hey, man, they zombies, man. It's high time to wake up out of sleep.
Right.
It's that valley of dry bones. I just went into that last night. It's the valley of dry bones.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Then Ezekiel say, hey, can these dry bones live?
Right.
Yes, they can, man.
Right.
Trying to give them some living water, try to bring them back to life, man.
Right.
You ever see somebody when they just parched, when they just dried up, been in the sun all day long? They kind of burnt up, man, but you give them some water, it kind of revive them. That's the same thing we try to do to the spirits. We grabbing the Bible and we putting it on your chest like you're in the damn ER trying to get you some jumper cables, man.
Right.
Got a precept? Give me Proverbs 42.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and verse number 2, and it reads thus. For I give you good doctrine.
For what?
For I give you good doctrine.
Right.
Forsake ye not my law.
What our people need to do?
Forsake ye not my law.
Hey man, if our people kept the law, statutes, and commandments, you wouldn't have men walking down the street thinking they tough guys.
Right.
Tell the brother pull his pants up, he want to fight.
Well, shoot.
Hey man, not knowing that you under the curses. You ain't gonna talk like that to no white man.
Right.
Let your boss tell you, hey man, pull your pants up. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, next thing you know, your pants up here, you walking around like damn Urkel, man.
You ain't even coming in there like that.
Yeah. Hey, as soon as y'all came back, y'all got 2 minutes for God? 2 minutes. Right. I mean, that weed ain't gonna save you in these last days. The weed y'all trying to smoke ain't gonna save you in the last days. You're actually killing your damn self, for real.
Right.
Ain't gonna stop you from seeing the Lord. Hey, hey, everybody say that they got faith, man. They just brought that out in James.
Right.
They say your faith without having any works is dead, man. Everybody can say that they believe in the Lord, but what's that action, man? Where's the being about it? Like brothers going into everybody loves saying they from the show me saying, hey man, you gotta show the Lord something, man.
Right.
You can't just be out here just saying it. Then you how was I say that they say that they love him with their lips, but their hearts are far from him,
Right.
man, paraphrase?
Right.
How people going the hell off, man.
Damn lip service.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of hip talk, man. The Lord ain't dealing with hip talk. Give me Proverbs 11 and 14. I want it in the GNT though. Did you get your precept?
Book of Proverbs at 11.
What's going on, brother? Y'all got 2 minutes?
They got 2 minutes for the words of God.
2 minutes for the word of God?
Yeah, I do.
All praise to the Most High, man. You read the Bible at all? You read the Bible at all?
Book of Revelations.
You like Revelations? Hey, that's the first time I heard that one.
What's the word? Book of Revelations. Me and my mama, we always sit back.
23.
Hey, biblicals and all that. She sit me down and had me watching.
Yeah.
It's basically just showing you how the world started.
Right.
God basically did it, how he did it, why the certain things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got something inside.
All praise to the Most High. I want to read you one of my favorite things out of Revelation.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein.
So we got to rehearse the things that we read. We got to, when we read this Bible, we can't just read it like it's one of Steve Harvey books. Harry Potter. Read this like Think Like a Man. And you got to read it with the spirit of our forefathers, man. Jump down to 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
You know who wrote Revelation? Be John the Revelator. And like, so he did these things through visions, through foreseeings that he saw from the Lord. Go
it
ahead.
said, one like the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
You know who the Son of Man would be? Yeah, that would be Christ. Right. It's like it's the son of the Most High, right?
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So, back in the day, they wasn't wearing, Nike Techs. They weren't wearing the stuff that we be wearing now, hoodies, jeans. He had on a long garment. It went all the way down to the foot. Go ahead.
It said, girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His what?
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Christ, he had afro and he had white hair on his face, man, kind of like the elder. The elder kind of looked like he kind of cut off the sides, brother. But no doubt. Hey man, come here this. We talking about some real valuable information. So we talking about what the Lord looked like. say he had woolly hair and it was white. So like you're saying that our elders, you know, they tend to have white hairs. A lot of people, we so stressed out, man. We be getting gray hairs in our 20s, man. And my wife was retwisting my hair a couple weeks ago, and she found a couple grays in the top of my head. Man.
Right.
I ain't even 40 yet. You know what I'm saying? Keep going on that. Me too. See that? Even the brother, he's still in his 20s and already got gray hair. Oppression is driving us crazy out here.
A young man that was born with his hair like that. Like his hair grows like
genetic.
Hey, he definitely. That child been here a couple times, man.
Shut up.
What a picture of Caesar.
Where's the enemy? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, over there.
Turn him on.
It's like, because the things that we read, like I was saying, blessings the man that read it. So we got to see if these things you see on this side right here line up with actually what's in the scriptures. Because we've been told this in church, right? This is things that we see. You seen Passion of Christ before? Hey man, when I seen Passion of Christ, that movie pissed me off, man. Yeah. I'm like, I'm like, the Lord looked like Mel Gibson, really? We waiting on the white man to come back out the sky?
Right.
If the sky cracking, this another white man come back, man, we got another damn captivity.
Right.
And we already been at 13 of them, this will be a 14. Dang, man. Finish reading that.
Said, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow,
right?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Hey man, does that look like he got an afro? Does it look like it's white hair? No. Is it brown? Looking like a cocker spaniel out here, man.
And another thing.
Hey, and do we got red eyes? As sky blue.
Exactly.
Do you know what they say about if your eyes are any color other than brown that you lacking melanin, man?
Recessive genes.
Yeah, recessive genes. That means your body is literally wasting away.
Right.
Hey, most people that you see in the world, if they lost their eyesight, they eyes not even brown no more. Right.
And his feet.
Yeah, they actually turn all white for real.
Yeah, and his feet like unto fine brass.
And his garment was so long, the only thing you could really see, you know what I'm saying, his feet. You know, it don't say it, but I'm letting you see his hands. You know, he wasn't wearing, gloves and all that kind of stuff back then.
Right. And his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet was like the color fine brass. That dude's skin is not fine brass. What color is brass, brother? You look like you a smart brother, man. You know what color brass looks like.
When he came back, his skin was brown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His hair was brown. You know what I'm saying? It was brown. He was golden. You know what I'm saying? His skin was glistening when he came back,
Yep.
And he was one of those people that nobody ever seen. They were surprised to see someone like him too. And the fact that he had so much knowledge, I didn't like it.
I mean, he the son of man. He kind of different. All our people built different, man.
Right.
Finish that up. But we gonna see how dark the Lord was.
As if they burn in a furnace.
He was so dark, looked like he got burned in the furnace. So he was Wesley Snipes dark, man.
Right.
He was a real dark brother, man. So 3 strikes, that's what? We talking baseball, man. 3 strikes, that dude out of here, man. That's clearly not the Lord at all.
It's the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32. And it reads, and ye shall know the truth.
And you shall what?
And ye shall know the truth.
It says, so clearly that image ain't the truth. We've been deceived, man. These churches been lying to us our whole life. Not alone with just the churches. I remember having them pictures in school growing up.
Right.
Yeah, we had these in school. Like I said, the movies. Everybody walk around. As soon as a black man get a contract with a record label, what's the first thing you do? Go get a Jesus. Hey man, it ain't never a Jake. It's always this damn airbud looking white dude, man.
Right.
Bring that up.
That you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
And the truth is what's gonna set our people free, man. Because we obviously not free here. We in captivity. We paying taxes. Give me a Haggai 1-6.
All of this is obey.
Yeah. And it's obey who? Exactly, man. It ain't obeying the words of the Lord. We just brought out Proverbs 4 and 2. It said, I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law.
Right.
But in this land, nobody keeps the laws of the Lord. Everybody keeps the laws of the so-called white man. He tell you, hey, 25 miles per hour, don't do more than that. Man, people do 24. They afraid.
Right.
The white man say, don't run that stoplight. You pull up to that light. You get so scared to take off from the light. Once it turn green, it just got you looking both ways, man. You end up getting rear ended because the person behind you late for work. They in a rush. Reading that out.
It's the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6, and it reads thus. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
And our people have sown so much. We built up everything in so-called America.
Right.
I mean, not even just America. When you go across the waters, you go over to UK, you go over to France, you go over to Spain. It's the same thing, man. We done built up all these places. I ain't never heard of a so-called white man actually inventing all the things we came up with.
Right.
If it wasn't for us, man, we wouldn't have lights. We wouldn't have a refrigerator.
Right.
We wouldn't have social media.
Right.
We wouldn't have a computer, cell phones, cars, refrigerators. Hey, nothing, man.
Right.
Only these people don't come up with things. They own the country, so they get the patents because we don't have the money to fund it to make it a worldwide thing. You got a point?
Yeah, like there was a saying, it's a wild saying going around. It said that the so-called black man, he built the stoplight, right? But the white man created the traffic ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
We created light bulbs for electricity, right?
And they
guess
created the bill.
They created the electric bill. You got it out.
Go ahead. Bring that
I
up.
said, ye have
Anything
sown.
to go against it.
Right.
It was a so-called, I don't know his name, but it was a so-called black man. He figured out how to make use water for gas, and they killed us.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Yeah, see that?
I mean,
the buffalo. Yep.
It's been two people that they made steam engines, so cars ain't got to run off gas. Both of them, nowhere to be seen. Killed. What? Bring that up.
It said, Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6 from the top, and it reads thus. Ye have sown much.
And it said we sown much. And where's that? Say what's our people known for doing in history? They tell us our history began in 1619, maybe 1492 if you want to talk about our Northern Kingdom brothers, the so-called Hispanics.
Right.
But I'm like, we sold much. We picked all the cotton, but yet not a single one of our people own a cotton mill.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, you talking to three brothers up here that got clothing line companies, and where we got to order our shirts from?
Gilded.
Come on.
Cotton in.
Say, did we make money for even selling the stuff, and they tax us on it? We got to pay taxes on the stuff we buy.
Right.
Then they tax us at the end of the year.
Right.
And we gotta file that, tell them how much you made, like they ain't already monitoring the bank accounts. Come on, man, make it make sense.
Then they tax your taxes.
I said, then our brothers say pick strawberries, pick potatoes, sugar cane. Sugar was the first drug, man. It's the #1 addiction.
Yep.
That's why every time you walk in the store, they got the candy and stuff at the front. So even though you've been walking through the store for 20 minutes, getting everything you need, you get up to the register and out of nowhere, man, I got a sweet tooth, man. I want to get the king size Snicker, man. It ain't even the small, you get the biggest one they got.
Right.
I remember it was a couple years ago when the dollar store, man, and they had those Snickers that was like this big. I'm like, where the hell is this coming from, man? They get you addicted, get you hooked on the ways of this world, man. Finish that up.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6 from the top, and it reads thus. You have sown much and bring in little.
But we bring in little. Even though we did all these things, making all this money for these corporations, even when you look on the bottom end, we sitting there, when we worked at Sam's Club, what we doing? We the one out there pushing all the carts around. We the ones sitting there asking people if they need help.
Right.
You got the stuff when you order online now on the app and you go pick it up.
You doing it.
Yeah, they the ones that gotta come out and stock your trunk for you.
Right.
Hey, and then you don't even get a thank you, man.
Right.
Nobody even want to tip no more.
Nope.
Hey, you so much, you bring in little.
Right.
You know?
Right. Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
I say, and even though we got food on a daily basis, what are people? We gluttonous.
Right.
I say, there's a ingredient. We looked into making fried rice, a few months ago, and then we find out that you'll never get it to taste the same way as the Chinese restaurants unless you put this one ingredient in there. No, I forgot the name of it.
MSG.
Yeah, but it ain't nothing but MSG in there. Yep. So it's what makes it actually addictive. You ever eat Chinese food and then you get stuffed and then probably like an hour later you hungry again? Yeah, it's because that stuff ain't actually filling you up.
Exactly. It's like you said ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Yeah,
ye,
not enough.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Right.
Ye clothe, so like ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put to a bag with holes.
A bag with holes. So the money that you even making is leaving out before you can even claim it, man.
Right.
I'm like,
Street, you look bag empty.
yeah. You walking down the street, it's like you got that big knapsack over your shoulder. Our people get lit when income tax come around. They're like, yeah, I just got a couple kids. You got $5,000, and you walking down the street, and the money already gone. And it's because as soon as you get that direct deposit from work, you got the mortgage company sitting there.
Yep.
You got the telephone company, cable bill,
Give me that.
Netflix,
Give me that.
Hulu.
Give me that.
You know what I'm saying? The
Car
gas
note.
bill, car note.
Right.
It's never ending.
Right.
Insurance, that's a damn scam in its own.
Right.
You know where insurance even came from? Insurance came from runaway slaves.
Right.
They had insurance on our people, so if they ran away, that they would have the money back. Because you know that was their way of making money was off of the people. If you ain't got no laborers, you know, ain't no money coming in. So if a slave either died or they ran off, then they got reimbursed for those things.
Full
man.
coverage on it.
Wow. Full coverage.
Crazy.
Full coverage
on
Negro. That's crazy work.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
But we talk about these things, you know, we don't want to make it seem like, you know, we just having a pity party for our people. You want to know why we ended up in these conditions?
Right.
Give me 3 holy children. Start at 6.
The book of 3 holy children.
See that?
Verse 6. And it reads thus. For we have sinned.
For we have what?
For we have sinned.
Do you know what sin is? You know what sin is? What you think it is? I just want to see where your understanding at. Yeah. That's a good answer.
That's definitely one.
I'm like, yeah, you abusing your temple, you abusing your brother's temple, and we got these temples from the Lord, man. Bring that up.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whosoever committed sin.
So anybody that commits sin, you know, it has a definition there. Bring it up.
Transgresseth also the law.
What they do?
Transgresseth also the law.
I said they transgressing the law, which means they in sin. So if you turn your back on any of the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord put out there, you sinning. So, God.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the transgression of the law. So the Lord doubled down on it. He said, hey, you break my law, man, you in sin. Our people love saying it. Hey, we got Christians that we see on a daily basis that be like they free from sin. How you free from sin if the Lord had to tell you to remember to keep the laws?
Hey, come on now.
I say, one of the laws that's in the 10 Commandments is remember the Sabbath day. If you have to remember something, you say it. Yeah. Bring it up.
It's like quick point. The elder y'all were all in SOT, man. He said, does the promise of honoring your father and mother go away?
Right.
That's the only promise with that's the only law with promise, man.
Right.
It says that you will live a long life.
Yeah.
Does that go away?
See that?
Yeah.
See
Cut.
that? But everybody ain't dead.
That's a cut.
This the book of 3 holy children, verse 6, and it reads thus.
It's like all because you forgot to take the trash out.
Right.
You fell asleep.
Right.
Now you sinned and the Lord put you to death. It's madness. Go ahead.
It said, for we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from thee.
And departing from the Lord, man.
Right.
Turning our back on the Lord. Go ahead. This morning, read the 9.
He said, in all things have we trespassed. Like, in all things have we trespassed,
Right.
and not obeyed thy commandments.
That what?
Thy commandments,
Uh-huh.
nor kept them, neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us.
And it would have been well with us if we kept the law, statutes, and commandments. The Lord told us that we'd have a promised land flowing with milk and honey.
Right.
So, but instead, we here in a place that's filled with trash. Got chemtrails in the sky,
Blocking the
killing
sun.
us off.
Right.
They got, we was just talking about the rice, man, putting stuff in our food. That's
Right.
got our people hooked on pork, hooked on crab, hooked on lobster, made it seem like these things are delicacies.
Right.
But they was actually giving our people high blood pressure, diabetes, gout,
Right.
cancer.
Right.
Got our people smoking, defiling their temple like
Right.
you're saying.
Right.
They all kinds of stuff. Finish it up.
It said, wherefore all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done in true judgment.
Yeah, what?
Thou hast done in true judgment.
So everything that the Lord put upon us was in true judgment. Even turn that sign around right there. These are all things that are true judgments from the Lord. You read this whole book of Deuteronomy 28. We bring that up a lot of times. I'm gonna try to even stay away from bringing it out today. I'm gonna give you homework at the end of this. I want you to go home and read that whole chapter.
Right.
Come back and holler at us next week. I want to see what you think about this thing. These are all things that happen, a true judgment. Picking cotton is a true judgment from the Lord.
Right.
Having drug addicts, having alcoholics walk around, people sleeping on bus stops, that is a true judgment of the Lord.
Right.
Being in a gang, talking about some of the blacks versus browns, hey, that is a true judgment. Our people number 1 and number 2 in the prison system, man.
Come on now.
Number one and number 2, blacks and Hispanics, right there together, hating each other.
Right.
The same. It's the same thing as if they was free.
Yeah.
You behind walls. Now you got Esau telling you, hey, it's time to go to sleep. Time to get up. Time to go outside and play some basketball.
Right.
Time to eat. That's madness, man. Hey, you can't even go to the bathroom when you want to. Who want to be in the cell? You got to use the bathroom. Another grown man looking at you.
Right.
Hey, these are punishments from the Lord, man. What else we got on there? Serving wood and stone. Christianity. Wood, worshiping the cross, idolatry, Islam, bowing down
To a rock.
banging your head on the wall, laying on that dirty rug, going over to Mecca, dealing with other people's religion. Hey, Islam was created by a so-called white man.
Right.
And that's an Arab religion. Like, what are we doing? Arabs don't like us, man. Only time they like you is when you come in a fish and chicken spot and you getting the wing plate, man. getting them cheese fries and lemon pepper wings.
Right.
Fried hard.
Man, yeah. Yeah, I went to a St. Louis Fish and Chicken one day at the camp, and dude made the wings super hard. I tried to buy. I'm like, damn, what the hell? He's like, yeah, that's how most people like it. I know what you mean by most people, man. We on damn Page and Goodfellow. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right there,
Yeah. That's madness, man. But these are just judgments from the Lord.
Right.
He put these things on us because we sinned, man.
Not
He
that
did it
5, my brother.
Drop down to 14.
Verse 14.
I went to St. Louis Bitches.
And it reads.
I ain't never going back there again. This is the one that the brothers from Indiana stuff did.
Verse 14, and it reads thus: For we, O Lord, are become less than any nation.
And because of these things, the Lord put us lower than all the other nations.
Right.
He put us lower than everybody. That's why the Chinese got more respect than us.
Right.
The Arabs got more respect than us.
Right.
Filipinos get more respect than us.
Right.
And remember a couple years ago when they passed the Asian hate bill? Like, who walking around beating up Asians?
Come on, right.
I ain't never seen no Asian dude laying on Washington Avenue with a busted lip, man.
Come on, man.
It's not a thing.
Right.
It don't exist.
At all.
What's going on, sister? What's your nationality?
What's my nationality? Christian.
Well, Christian would be a religion. Like, what would your father go back to? Would your father be a so-called black man?
Muslim.
That's another religion. We were just talking about that with the brother. That's another curse on our people, is to have to bow down to these other religions. Serving wood and stone, those are following religions. Those are man-made religions. And all these man-made religions aren't even made by our people.
Right.
Even if you want to follow Kemet,
Right.
that's something that was still made by a so-called white man.
Yep.
If you want to be a Rastafarian, that's made by a so-called white man.
Yup.
Everybody want to be like Bob Marley, not knowing that Bob Marley is not your people. He's a so-called white man. His daddy ain't Edomite. Hey, look at this. Baptist, white man. Mormon, made by white man. Seventh-day Adventist, made by white man. Jehovah's Witness, made by white man. Pentecostal, number one religion that our people follow. Between Baptist and Pentecostal, number one religions that our people follow, and both of them made by so-called white men. The white man already gave you a last name. Now you want him to tell you who to worship? Tell you how to worship God?
Right.
Sheesh. Got our people just walk around saying that there's a higher power. No, man, there's only one God.
Right.
And he's the God of the Hebrews.
Right.
God of the Israelites.
Right.
So would you see yourself on this sign right here?
No. No.
What would your father be? If he had what would it say on his birth certificate, or what would he put on a job application?
American black.
Yeah, American black. So more than likely, you will be from the tribe of Judah. Because our people were dispersed here. Give me Psalms 44 and 14.
Book of the Psalms, chapter 44, and verse number 14.
Give me Jeremiah 17.
So like, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 44, and verse 14. And it reads thus: Thou makest us a byword among the heathen.
The Lord made us a byword among the heathen. Got us calling ourselves black. You look at, turn that sign around over there. Yeah, you look at black, that's not a good thing. Being black is an absence of color. It means void of light.
Right.
It's darkness.
Right.
That's why they called us coloreds back in the day. When the so-called white man has more colors than anybody I know of. He get cold, he turn red. He get pushed, he turn purple.
Right.
And he's not white. He's not pure. He's not innocent.
Right.
He called the so-called white man is the one that called the Native Americans that name, which Indian goes back to the word savage.
Right.
When the white man is the most savage person I ever heard of.
Beast.
The only person I know that took people's skin and made belts, purses, shoes,
Chairs.
fed their kids, the alligators.
Madness.
The only ones the ones that came up with idolatry. They just show you all the man-made religions.
Right.
They the ones that played the nigga hit the nigga baby with a baseball. Like that game that you play at the carnival when the person sit on the thing and throw the baseball and they fall in the water.
I got a friend that worships the same thing y'all worship, but I can never understand.
Yeah.
I've been going to a Christian church all my life.
Yeah, because the Christian church, they don't actually teach us anything.
Exactly.
They just lie to us. They give you prosperity doctrine, tell you everything gonna be okay in the morning.
Yeah.
Not knowing that when you actually read this Bible, it's curses in it. It's judgment in it. It's reproof in it. It's correction in this thing. It's guidance on how to be a man, a woman, and a child of the Most High God.
Right.
Finish reading that out.
Psalms 44, verse 14, and it reads, Thou makest us a byword among the heathen.
Jeremiah 17.
A shaking of the head.
what?
A shaking of the
And
head.
that's how everybody look at us now. Just every time they see us.
Just a shaking of the head. I got you.
Yeah, they look at sexy red. What's that? A shaking of the head. Or a shaking of the tail. How you want to look at it?
Damn.
How they look at LeBron? Just shaking of the head. If he
Shut up and play ball.
He say he want to retire, people get kind of upset, man. They just look at him like, man, Bronny ain't the same, man.
Right.
Bronny is not LeBron.
Ain't trying to put that.
Yeah, the only reason they look up to him is because if they ain't on the same team, they, you know what I'm saying, they ain't nothing. They look at it as just entertainment. Even in slavery, our people had to sit there and fight each other to be entertainment.
Right.
Yeah. When you look at what a stadium is, that's how we entertain the so-called white man. That's just having us captive, say fight to the death. Hey man, this ain't no damn Mortal Kombat video game, man.
Right.
Bring that up.
They did that in the, if you paid attention, they did that in Django.
Yeah, exactly.
Candyland.
Yep.
Yeah, Candyland. Then another movie that's factual, we had a town called Rosewood that we ran. We owned it.
Yeah.
They took over that.
Somebody just told me about that. That was on my list of movies to get around to.
That movie is a good movie. Basically, the white woman, she was having sex with a white man, cheating on her husband, and beat her.
Yeah.
She couldn't tell that the white, she couldn't tell that the other white man beat her because she didn't want her husband to find out. She doing this while he going to work.
Wow.
So she lied. One of those black men from Rosewood did it. They went after the whole time, hung everybody, everything. It was
That's all it takes is
horrible.
That the story that was going into the, like, what happened in Tulsa.
That's why they burned down Tulsa.
They had one black slave on their movie where he had been hung, and he was able to trick the white man to where when they hung him, they thought they did, he got down from that cheat. He was coming back and helping him like with Rosewood. Get him out of here.
All praises Most High.
All praise.
Rain.
What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name from
Raymond.
name?
From
Baby boy.
Yep.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, Big Rain.
Yep. He was a slave though. That was getting off the road.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. It was like he was going from
That's the one y'all watched.
town. Though. It was like he was going from town to town,
Right.
figuring out where the slaves were captured and he was helping get away.
I'm like, hey, they put these things in movies because they show us what's going on. Turn that sound
Oh,
on.
there I had to leave.
Only we know the real truth.
Yeah, even the top picture there, Emmett Till, he whistled at a white woman. Allegedly. Yeah, it ain't even been proven to be true or
The
not.
lady said that he didn't do it right before she died.
I will catch y'all on y'all podcast.
Like-
I do have to get back to where I was going. Thank you.
Take it easy, sister. Hey, we gonna pray for Sister Danielle, man. Lord willing, she get into this thing, man. He said her family was trying to tell her about it.
She didn't understand it.
Yeah, didn't understand it. So Lord willing, we planted that seed, man. Bring that out.
Yeah. What you want?
I was doing a song.
Jeremiah 17:9. Book of Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse number 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
The what?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
And that's what the Christian church has told us to do, is just believe everything with our heart, man. Before you came up, we was going to James chapter 2, talking about how faith without works is dead. You can't just say you believe, you got to actually show action. Like you got parents and you tell them you love them, how do you show that you love your parents? By listening to them, doing what they say. You can't say you love your parents, but then you don't never listen to them. You can't say you love your wife, but every time you see her, you got her in the walls of Jericho, telling her to tap out, say uncle. It's madness, man. Bring it up.
The heart is deceitful above like the heart.
Damn, live up.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
And it's because the heart will actually make you do some crazy stuff, man. Because your heart ain't just an organ that's just, pumping blood. In the scriptures, the heart is talking about your mind. That's why even they got the worldly proverbs say, hey, I remember that by heart. You just know it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can easily demonstrate. So it says the heart is desperately wicked.
It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
Is deceiving. It'll make you think something is right when it's actually wrong.
Right.
Like, you go with your heart, man. Your heart will have you where? In the nightclub, have you at somebody's house that's a married woman.
Stressed out.
Yeah, exactly. Stressed out.
You in a situation thinking that the person is for you all the time.
Yeah, 100% against you.
Intensive.
Yeah. Say, what's that song from Eve? Love is blind. It'll take over your mind, man. Go ahead.
It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
It said, who actually knows their heart? And the Lord does these things, man. Give me Sirach 24 and 1. It's like I want to up the GNT though. See that?
Look at Sirach chapter 24
Verse number 1.
and verse number 1 in the GNT. It's like, what the hell is that?
It's crazy work.
In the GNT, it reads, listen to wisdom.
First Thessalonians 1 to 23.
It says, listen to wisdom. She proudly sings her own praises among the Israelites.
It says, so we got to listen to wisdom. And we only get wisdom from the Lord. The Lord tells you that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right.
So you got to actually fear Him. Not saying that you just got to be scared, but you got to have a reverence for the Lord. The same way that you reverence your parents. Like, you already know, man, you're supposed to be doing something, but you don't listen to your mama. She go, wait till your daddy get home. And man, them words kind of put fear in you. Because dad gonna put booster behind, man. That's the same way we gotta look at the Lord. Like we got the scriptures, we got the writings of our forefathers to tell us that we gotta fear the Lord. Because the Lord is gonna put booster behind. And that's gonna be way worse than anything your physical parent can do to you. Right? Bring it up.
The book of Sirach, chapter 24, and verse number 1. It reads, listen to wisdom. She proudly sings her own praise among the Israelites, her own people.
What?
Her own people.
So this is showing you time after time, no matter where you're reading from in these scriptures, it's showing you that this book is for a certain amount of people. It's not just for every nation upon earth. Go ahead.
It says, in the assembly assembly of the Most High.
In the what?
In the assembly of the Most High.
And not saying that you go into a church. You read Acts 7:48, it tell you that the Lord don't dwell in the temple that's made with hands. So people thinking that the church is some holy place doesn't mean anything. The church is Israel. The church is us as a people. When 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, He is in the midst of them. So everybody got to be moving in the same spirit. You can't have people just over here believing in the cross. Some people over here just talking about faith. Now we all got to be talking about the same things, and we all agree that that's thus saith the Lord, bringing the law, statutes, and commandments, because it's good doctrine. You was about to say something?
Yeah. Also, was doing like research. I always sit back and read stuff. I sit back and read. They got like certain videos,
Right.
I want to, because I try to get into it. Right. One video where the man was breaking certain things down, and he was saying, you know, look at the different races and things that we do. Right. He said we're not paying attention that, you know, they're doing a worldwide ritual basically on everyone. Yeah. So that's why everything is off balance. You just gotta pay attention and really go to God.
Yeah, we gotta lock in with the spirit, man.
Because if you don't, you're gonna be in the middle of the spiritual war.
Exactly. Yep. Trying to play both sides, man. And you can't serve two masters. You go either hate one or love the other, man.
I had a point too. He ain't lying about that, because it's they're really one of these.
Ham one.
I said he ain't lying, because that's the true thing. It's real life in the world news, not just local news. I'm talking about global world news. Like the whole earth is knowing that Amalek, which is the so-called Jewish man, is trying to build a third temple. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to build a third temple. They got the heifers just flown in.
Yeah.
So they really trying to do this. You know
they've been working on that for a minute.
Yeah. So they on that now.
Yeah, and everybody knows, like the powers of be. That's how they kind of move. That's how they got all the things that all the foundations that they build upon is all set through rituals and through wickedness. Yeah, you look at like the entertainment industry, man.
Yeah, oh man, that's rigged with most definitely just all Masonic people, and you gotta pay attention to that. And then like they got Masonic churches and things like that, and I was kind of telling my friends like, don't think every church that you see is a God.
Oh yeah, at all.
Some of these churches, I said, some of these people come out and they praise the devil. I said, why do you think the crimes go on?
Yeah, the devil give money. The devil can bless you just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're trying to get something from the devil. It's something that they're trying to get out of the deal.
Finish that up. It's like,
You want to G&T?
yeah, finish that up. Hold that for a second.
So Sirach 24 and verse number 3 in the G&T.
Oh.
I am the word spoken by the Most High. I covered the earth like a mist. I made my home in the highest heaven, my throne on a pillar of cloud. Alone I walk around the circle of the sky and walk through the ocean beneath the sea.
And that's just talking about wisdom. Because the white man tries to search these things out, tries to go into the bottom of the ocean. They sitting there trying to have a space force, trying to go up in the sky, trying to say that they know all things about everything. Talking about, oh, this star is this many years old, the sun goes this speed around the world. But actually, they say that the world is spinning, the sun's still.
Right.
It's madness, man. So the wisdom that we get, it only comes from the Lord.
Right.
And we get that thing through the scriptures, man. The white man trying to be like Solomon, trying to be like King Solomon, think that they know everything. It's madness,
Come on, man.
Not everything is made for us. Give me Sirach 3 and 31.
All right.
21, Slocky.
G&T, all right.
Oh, you can bring out the occasionally.
So like 33? 33 and 21?
3 and 21.
Book of Sirach chapter 3 and verse number 21. See that? Hands.
Bring it out, bring it out.
See that? Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse Jeremiah. Oh, Sirach chapter 3. See that? Jammed up. In verse 21, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee.
So we ain't supposed to be seeking out the thing that's too hard for you. And that's when you trying to follow these Masons, man, you start looking into stuff that's too high for you. It gets you into idolatry, starting to look up to everything else but the Lord, man.
Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
And we don't want to seek out things that's above thy strength either. Like you trying to sit there and like you were saying, you know, it kind of read into Revelations, but it's some things in Revelations that are kind of bug you out. Because you may not understand the simplicity of the scriptures. Like you heard these things we brought out in Isaiah, things we brought out in 3 Holy Children. These are things that the church was telling us, man. Bring that first up.
The book of First Ezra, chapter 1, verse 23.
23 and 24.
It's the book of First Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 23, and it reads thus: "And the works of Josiah were upright before his Lord."
So we should be wanting to be like our forefathers. It said that the King Josiah, he was righteous. When you kick off First Ezra, it's talking about how he had the biggest Passover ever since Samuel. Go ahead.
With an heart full of godliness.
Right.
And so I can ask for the things that came to pass in his time, they were written in former times concerning those that sinned.
And these things that were written in former times. It's going back to that Revelation 1 and 3. It said, "Blessed is the man that readeth." So we got to look at these things that our forefathers have written out for us as words to live by. We call the Bible basic instructions before living eternity.
See that?
Because this ain't our last life. This is just a practice run for the life to come. Because we keep the commandments here, it's showing us how much more we're going to be closer to the Lord when we keep the commandments all together. Because these people, they ain't going to be ruling over us then.
Teach,
we going to have them in subjection. They going to have to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They're going to have to keep the Passover. They're going to have to keep the Shabbat. That's going to be the only time they get rest. Versus us, man, they don't give us no rest. Brothers be having to work 7 days a week. Brothers working 70-hour work weeks. Got 2-3 jobs just to try to keep food on the table. Just to keep the damn bills paid.
Come on now.
That's all. I don't want to work the rest of my life just to pay bills. I was like, we looking for a house right now, and the interest rates is so crazy. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna do it because I don't even want to be house broke, man. That's all I'm doing is just paying for a house. That's madness, man. Is it more than that?
He said concerning those that sinned and did wickedly against the Lord. And did wickedly against the Lord.
And did wickedly against the Lord by simply not keeping the commandments. Is it more?
It said, and did wickedly against the Lord above all people and kingdoms, and how they grieved him.
And how they what?
And how they grieved him exceedingly, so that the words of the Lord rose up against Israel.
Hey, and the words of the Lord will rise up against Israel. And now we living out them curses that we was talking about because we did wickedly and didn't want to keep the commandments of the Lord. And even though I was just telling you that King Josiah was well pleasing to the Lord by keeping that mighty Passover, shortly after this he did wickedness and the Lord killed him. So we don't want to be like that, man. We want to keep the law, statutes, and the commandments of the Lord so we can prosper in this thing. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1 right quick. God.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 1. And it reads, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
To do what?
All his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
He will do what?
Will set thee on high.
No, he gonna keep us in the hood.
Will set thee on high.
Have us sleeping on bus stops.
Will set thee on high.
Have us addicted to drugs.
Will set thee on high.
Have our women as prostitutes.
Will set thee on high.
Read.
Above all nations of the earth.
No, we be equal.
Above all nations of the earth.
And we be low.
Above all nations of the earth.
So we be simply on high if we kept the commandments of the Lord. So with knowing that, what do you think we should be doing, brother?
Living right, man. Y'all fall into the temptations of what they told you.
Right? And how do you, and what would that look like? Not falling into the temptations of the world. What would that look like? How can we demonstrate that? John 14, 15.
Trying to guide others in your path, you know, trying to show them a different way.
Right.
And opening their minds up, because there's a lot of people that has closed mindsets. I got a lot of people that come around and I stay away from them now. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in this.
And only a fool would say in his heart that there is no God.
Yeah. Like,
Explain having breath. Explain waking up on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It ain't your alarm clock to do it.
No.
Yeah.
It's not. If this man was able to go and take all the souls from those boys back then, took out all of them. Yeah. I was watching a movie like that too.
Prince of Egypt. Prince of Egypt,
Yeah. My granny ain't watched. They did so much wrong. Oh yeah. When he said he was gonna take everybody, he took everybody.
Right.
And then he watched everything away.
Yeah. You talking about Noah and Noah.
Yeah.
Watched everything away too. And then there was a part of the movie where they were running. It was like stuff coming from the sky. It was basically like the spiritual war going. And God told them, this war is coming. Do not look back.
Right.
When you heard what you heard.
Yeah.
And if you look back, you will be taken to stone.
Yeah. Or a pillar of salt like Lot's wife did,
He
man.
said, I will hold my hand down like this for my people to come to me. And when they do, you better get to me. Do not look back.
Give me that, look back in 62.
The book of Luke. Like chapter 9 to verse 62. The book of Luke chapter 9 to verse 62. And it reads thus. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God.
We're doing what?
And is fit for the kingdom of God.
Say, no man that put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God.
Right.
Like I was saying, we rehearsing righteous acts. We're going to be keeping these commandments 100% without no flaws when it comes to the kingdom. It kind of get hard to do here with, jobs trying to make you work late. It's hard to even be off on the Sabbath day, hard to request off the feast day. Like they putting pork in everything, man. It's hard to keep the commandments here. But once you actually start to do it, you got to strive to do it with all your heart.
Right.
So with knowing these things, brother, the first question if I was you, that would be running through my mind is, what's some of the commandments? Don't you agree? You ready to learn some commandments, brother? Come on. Give me Exodus 20 and 2. I'm gonna give you 2 of them, and then I'm gonna let the next brother come up and teach you things even deeper than because we just touching the surface level right now.
All right.
Brother gonna teach you some mighty things coming.
Right.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of what?
Out of the land of Egypt. Out of the house of bondage.
I said, and the Lord brought us out of the house of bondage. Said that was Egypt, man. You was talking about the movie. Like we sat there and got freed from that because we were slaves in that day, man. We wasn't sitting there living it up in Egypt. Egypt wasn't a place that we was just kicked back in the lazy boy or in what's the things the hammock.
The hammock.
We was sitting there sipping lemonade, enjoying ourselves. And we was in bondage, man. Because we didn't want to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
Do what?
Remember the Sabbath day.
And so one of the things is we forgot. We forgot what we were supposed to be doing. We lost track of the goal in hand, man. We kind of, forgot who we was as a people.
Right.
We remember that we were kings, princes, princesses in this world, man. We would not be doing the things that we do nowadays, man.
Exactly.
Finish it up.
Says remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So we had to remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. Holy is being set apart. It's being different from the rest of the world.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So in the 6 days, that's when you're supposed to be doing all your work. What do you think the 6 days would be? If the Sabbath is 1 day out of the week, what do you think the other 6 days are? said what day? See that? So you got 6 days to prepare before the Sabbath come around. Finish it out.
Says, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
It says, in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor the manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day.
And we supposed to get rest on that 7th day. Like you said, Saturday would be the 7th day. But when does Saturday begin? You just do it whenever you wake up. Like, cause if that's the case, hey man, we be out here Friday night till about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So by the time I wake up, it's probably like 11. Does the 7th day start at 11? We can tell you, brother. Give me Genesis 1 and 4.
Look at Genesis chapter 1 and verse number 4. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness.
So the Most High, He divided the daytime and the nighttime. When it's light outside, when you can see everything, and when it's nighttime, when we're supposed to be getting rest. Go ahead.
And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day.
And the what?
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So when the sun sets, it becomes evening. So the evening and the morning would be the next day. So that means that that's one day complete right there. So if the nighttime and the daytime makes a day, when does the Sabbath begin? Nighttime when? On Saturday? Or on Friday?
Friday.
And Friday is sunset. That's when our Sabbath day begins. So that's just one law. That's just one. It's 613 laws in here. Next brother, he gonna come up and teach you some mighty things. I'm gonna get one closer. Stick around, brother. There's a lot more of this thing to learn. Bring that up.
It's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, and verse number 13. And it reads, that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, God of Israel,
Anybody that don't want to seek the Lord, man, we gonna see what they end gonna be.
should be put to death.
Should be what?
Should be put to death.
Should be what?
Should be put to death.
Right?
Whether small or great.
Don't matter if you're a child, you're only 3, 7, 10, 15.
Right.
Go ahead.
Whether man or woman.
Whether you're 20, 30, 50, you man, you're a woman.
Right.
Hey man, you're gonna have to get put to death if you don't want to do thus saith the Lord. You want to be stiff-necked and rebellious like your forefathers, you're gonna get washed out like the brother was talking about in the damn what's the movie called? The Egypt movie? Prince of Egypt, man. So he gonna come through. Hey, this time it ain't gonna be no flood. He coming with fire this time. Yeah, see that, brother in the spirit, man. But with that, we giving all praises, going honor to the Most High God. Yahweh B'Shem B'Mashiach. Wamalak Yahushua. Kwam Yashal. Kwam Yashal. Kwam Yashal. Kwam Yashal. Kwam Yashal.
Overcame Babylon, we Israel, now we girded up. Ever since we came into the truth, we got our birdies up. Eat this Mac, think you funny, watch how it'll burn you up. I live 3 miles down, by the Sabbath journey up. Esau see us coming up, just watch how we just turn him up. In the kingdom, keep the law, we gon' have him double dutch. Occupy till I come, go ahead and eat this honey up. Anytime I see a blood moon, it got me jumping up. Esau doing coke, yeah, now he fandy up. I done got my spirit up, now let's just see what's up.